Welcome to a session on coupled oscillator. Today's our aim of the experiment is determination of spring constant of a coupled oscillator performing parallel and anti-parallel oscillations. To do this experiment, the apparatus are two compound pendulums, support stand, coupling spring and stop clock. To calculate the spring constant, the formula we are using here, spring constant K is equal to slope into M into G into L divided by 2 units are dynes per centimeter. So here the slope we are calculating by plotting the graph. Later we will discuss about this. Coming to small m is the mass of each pendulum. To calculate this mass of each pendulum, we are using the formula MB plus MR. Here MB is nothing but mass of the bob and MR is mass of the string or rod. And G is the acceleration due to gravity. L is the length of each pendulum. So to calculate the length of each pendulum, here we are using another formula which is equal to MR into LR by 2 plus MB into LB divided by total mass MB plus MR. So here capital LR, L suffix R is nothing but length of the rod. Rod is nothing but our string here. LB is the length of the bob. I will explain you each and every parameter how to calculate all these values in the observations. Now coming to the apparatus. So this is our coupled oscillator setup here. So these are our uncoupled pendulums. Two pendulums I have attached here. So here some small 5 grams weight of bob is attached separately. So let us consider this is pendulum A and this is pendulum B. So both the two pendulums are arranged. With the same distance. Here I have taken each pendulum distance is like around 61.5 something. So from the starting of this point to this end of this bob, this is equal to 61.5. Like that the same lengths I have taken for both the pendulums A and B. Now here first we are going to calculate the angular frequency of the uncoupled oscillator. So this is what our uncoupled oscillator tabular column. Here we are calculating the angular frequency which is denoted with omega naught. So to calculate this angular frequency, the formula is here 2 pi by T naught. So what is T naught? T naught is nothing but here time period. So to calculate this time period, so this is about the observation table. So firstly we need to calculate the time taken for 20 uncoupled oscillations of both the pendulums, pendulum A and pendulum B. We need to take the average, and after calculating the average time period divided by 20, you will get T naught. Then substitute it here, you will get omega naught. Now let us come to the apparatus. So first by keeping one pendulum as constant, let us consider this is pendulum A. So pendulum A is constant. Now I am going to oscillate this pendulum B. So before going to release your pendulum, parallelly you also need to switch on your stop clock. You need to measure the number of 20 number of oscillations time period. Start. 1, so 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Switch off the stop clock. Write down the time period. Here I got around some 33.5, around 34 seconds I can take. So already we have taken these readings. I am showing you the same readings here. So around 32 seconds I got for pendulum A when I kept my pendulum B as constant. Similarly, I will do the same procedure for the next pendulum also. By keeping pendulum A as constant now, I need to oscillate my pendulum B. So parallelly you also need to switch on your stop clock. 1, 2, 1, 2 and fro is nothing but one complete oscillation. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. So here also again I got the same 34, 34. So this is what right now I have taken, but already we have done this experiment. So I am showing you that readings now. So 32 at the time when I did the experiment, and same for pendulum B also I got the time period 32. So now I need to calculate the average time period. Anyways both are same now, 32. Almost you may get approximate values for both the pendulums. I got same, hence average is also 32. Now I have just done T by 20. I got 1.6 as my T naught. Then I have calculated my angular frequency omega naught. 2 into 3.14 divided by 1.6. I got angular frequency is equal to 3.925. This is what the angular frequency for uncoupled oscillator. Now we are going to do the same procedure for coupled oscillator. Now to calculate the angular frequency of the coupled oscillator by performing two pendulums both in parallel mode of operation and anti-parallel mode of operation. Here also I have taken a coupled oscillator with the help of same weight bobs, and I have taken same distance like 61.5 only. However, I have taken the earlier uncoupled. So I just coupled these two pendulums with the help of a spring. So this is what the spring. So by using some bakelite lids, I have connected these two pendulums with respect to spring. This setup I call it as coupled oscillator. Now what is my aim? I need to calculate the spring constant of the attached spring. So before that I need to calculate the angular frequency of both the angular frequency of the coupled oscillator both in parallel mode of operation and anti-parallel mode of operation. First let us start with the parallel mode of operation. Calculation of angular frequency. As usual for angular frequency, the formula is equal to 2 pi by T naught. So first in the case of parallel mode. So coming to this coupled oscillator, we have coupled with the help of spring the two pendulums. No? So here coming to the procedure, from the starting, from this knob to this center of the backlight. The center of the backlight, you need to fix one distance, that as constant. See, let us consider now I have just taken the distance around, see, from this edge to, from this knob to the center of the backlight is around 20 exactly, 20 centimeters. Both the sides I need to adjust like that only. Here it is little bit 21, so that you just adjust it. So both the pendulums must be exactly 20 centimeters. So what I am doing here, I am fixing the distance between the spring to the the support stand knob. Both pendulums are at same distance. So coming to this tabular column, position of the spring from the pivot, which is denoted with small l. This is I just fixed as per the explanation 20 centimeters. So you can go with any different time interval. Here they have started with 10. So for 10 centimeters, you need to calculate the time period for 20 oscillations in parallel mode of operation. See, we have already done the experiment for this also. Same by keeping the 10 centimeters distance from the spring to the pivot, I have calculated time period here. So I will just show you how to operate this parallel mode of operation and how can you count the 20 number of oscillations. To perform the parallel mode of operation, you just need to release both the pendulums in one direction. So as per my convenience, I am going to release my two pendulums in this way. See, meanwhile you also need to switch on your stop clock like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, like that. You need to count 20 number of oscillations time period. So you need to note it down here. So in the parallel mode of operation, just note down the time taken for 20 oscillations, 32. So now calculate the time period, 32 divided by 60, you will get 1.6 like this. Calculate the angular frequency. So you got here, I got 3.925 like that. So similarly, I need to, while going to the next reading, I need to vary the distance from pivot to the spring simply by moving this bakelite lid, and you just tight this So like that, both the pendulum's distance must be similar. Now I am going with some 15 centimeters. So I just varied the distance. So now with this particular distance again, operate the parallel mode of operations like this. 1, 2, 3, 4 like that. Again calculate the time period for 20 oscillations. Like that you need to vary the distance for various intervals of length, calculate the time period and calculate the angular frequency. Here omega 1 is the angular frequency of coupled oscillator in parallel mode of operation. Similarly, you also need to calculate the angular frequency for anti-parallel mode of operation. So what you have to do? Same, by varying the lengths, you need to perform the anti-parallel oscillations. How I will show now. So you just take both the two bobs like this, just combine these two bobs like this and release it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Like this you need to again count time period for 20 number of oscillations by using your either analog or digital stop clock. Calculate the time period. Again vary the distance, do the same procedure. Like that for anti-parallel mode of operation, calculate the angular frequency. So you got for parallel mode angular frequency, anti-parallel mode angular frequency, omega 1 and omega 2. What you have to do now? You need to plot the graph. So for that, so here it is a model graph. To calculate the slope from the graph, here the graph is between L square versus omega 2 square by omega naught square. On y axis I have taken this term. So you can also go with omega 1 square by omega naught square. What is omega naught? Angular frequency of the uncoupled oscillator. This is the angular frequency of coupled oscillator in anti-parallel. You can also go with parallel also. So like this I have made the tabular column and I plotted the graph. So I got the graph like this by taking L square values on x-axis and omega 2 square by omega naught square on y-axis. So I got the line like this. So by taking any 2 points I just took a slope and these are all the recorded values for the corresponding slope. Finally, by taking that necessary 2 points, I calculated the slope for this graph is 6.83 into 10 power minus 4. Now let us come back to the observations. So we know the formula now. So what is our formula? K is equal to this much. So to calculate this, we also need to calculate some of the parameters here. So what you need here? Mass of the bob, MB, small mb. So mass of the bob already I told you 75 grams. Mass of the rod is nothing but here string, normal thread it is. So I have calculated by using a simple balance. The weight is for 61.5 centimeters length of the string is having this much weight, 0.15 grams. Now length of the rod, length of the string. So length of the rod is nothing but here I have drawn the figure. Just see, this is the position of my pendulum. LR is nothing but from the pivot to, so top of the bob. This is called your LR. So this is 57.5. But now coming to length of the bob. Length of the bob is nothing but from the pivot to center of the bob. This is equal to our 61.5. This is what our original length of all pendulums whichever we have taken now. So now by using all these things, calculate the length of each pendulum, capital L, by substituting all these values, MR into in LR by 2 plus MB into LB by MB plus MR. So after substituting all these necessary values, I got length of each pendulum is equal to 57.44 centimeters and mass of the pendulum is nothing but MB plus MR. So I got M is equal to 75.15 grams. From slope I calculated, from graph I have calculated slope 6.83 into 10 power minus 4. Now spring constant K is equal to slope into mgl by 2. Slope value 6.83 into 10 power minus 4. Small m is 75.15. G is nothing but acceleration due to gravity 980 into length of each pendulum is 57.44 divided by 2. So after simplifying all these things, I got the spring constant value. K is equal to 1444.6 dynes per centimeter. So this is what our result. The spring constant of a given coupled oscillator is 1444.6 dynes per centimeter. Thank you all.